The most employable skill is something you would never taught at school. There's such a low focus on this skill that it's not even taught in our higher education systems or even the workplace. It's often thought you either have it or you don't. You'll be surprised how much sense it makes and wonder why it's constantly neglected or kept a secret. It has everything to do with your personality. Your personality plays the biggest part in your value as an employee to both your managers and your colleagues. It probably even determines if you get a pay rise, a promotion, or even a new job. So here it is. The most important skill in the workplace is being easy to get along with. Wait, what? This might come as a surprise, but the real question is, why were we never taught this? We spend so much time trying to upskill, yet the most important trait to being a valued member of a team is often overlooked in our studies or on-the-job training. When was the last time you started a new job and during the onboarding they said, to be successful here, you need to be easy to get along with? It's almost an unspoken rule kept to a secret group of those in the know. There's Teddy and Molly over there making sure the secret doesn't get out. Don't tell them, but I'm bringing it to you today so you can start upskilling immediately. What makes a person easy to get along with? First and foremost, they are low maintenance. They have their ideas, but they aren't married to them. You can hang out at a taco bar or go to a 5-star restaurant. You're happy to just go with the flow. Honesty and integrity rank really high on the list. If people can trust you, you're off to a winning start. They're emotionally stable. You always know what you're going to get with them. You must be in control of your emotions in the workplace to be easy to get along with. When issues arise, your reactions stay on the middle ground, never fluctuating on the extremes. You're polite and interested in getting to know your coworkers. You think about how your actions affect others and treat people with kindness. If you're at the start of your career or still studying, work on this now. This is your secret superpower to getting ahead or accelerating your career. If you're well into your career but want to become the person that is easy to get along with, then pick one of these traits that you need to work on and just chip away at mastering that trait day by day. Once you have mastered that trait, then move on to the next one. Before you know it, your life will change for the better. These traits are more valuable to an organization than being competent at your job. We'll explore why later in this video. But if we're always told to learn and study so we can get a job, competency still ranks high on the employee value scale. This is what we are told employers want. The typical message from people outside the secret group is, be good at what you do and you'll be a valued employee. While this reigns true, competent employees have skills that are invaluable to a company. When competent employees get hired, companies are typically paying for your knowledge and your experience. But competency covers more than what you know. It's how you do it. Competent people are self-motivated and always complete their work. They dutifully keep themselves organized and often have a high quality output, knowing the best and fastest way to do something. But the highest ranked competencies for any company are people with a growth mindset. These are problem solvers who make improvements and build systems. It's often said that you get paid directly in proportion to the problems you solve. On the flip side of that, we have incompetent employees. Somehow they still get hired and coast by doing the bare minimum. Maybe they do try their best, but their knowledge base isn't up to scratch. Typically, we think of an incompetent employee as someone who is set in their ways and refuses to learn a new way to do their job. Think of someone who defines the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. They are lazy, messy, appear chaotic when working, and constantly require supervision. Recently, time wasting has gone to new levels. With mobile phones in the workplace, it's so easy to become a time waster and avoid working by getting lost in your phone. For many companies, the most incompetent workers do two things. They repeat the same mistakes, costing time and money, or they're unable to find solutions to complex problems. Either they can't be bothered or they aren't sure what to do. Surprisingly, incompetent workers aren't the worst employees. People that are hard to get along with take this title. At the core, they are toxic. They bring the mood down and poison the workplace environment. They corrupt the culture and turn everything sour. They are known as the annoying people in the workplace. You likely have them in your workplace. One American study found at least 90% of employees find at least one of their co-workers annoying. They are emotionally volatile. You never know which reaction you're going to get from them. People avoid them for fear of their reactions. If you yell, get frustrated, or huffy, then you'll be avoided by others because they don't want to deal with you, especially when you're in another one of your moods. People that are hard to get along with are complainers. No one wants to be around someone that is negative 24/7. They complain about problems and they say, it's not my problem to fix. I'm not going to fix it, so you better fix it. They never progress and can't understand why, even when they think they know better than those above them. They are ignorant, hate change, and often talk down to others in a really condescending way. They only care about themselves and are arrogant braggers. If you're known as the office gossip who spreads rumors about others, this ranks high on the list of most annoying co-workers. The worst traits displayed by the most loathed co-workers are liars, loud oversharers, people who interrupt, and people who take credit for others' work. If you're worried you display some of these traits, it's probably time to learn how to become easy to get along with. Otherwise, it could be holding you back in life. So we can see that the most to least valuable employee traits are: number 1, being easy to get along with; number 2, being competent; number 3, being incompetent; and number 4, being hard to get along with. People who are easy to get along with might have the most valuable traits on the employee value scale, but they are not the best or most desirable candidates for a job. If you're trying to become the best talent for hire or get a promotion, the fastest way to do this is by meeting the criteria of being the most desirable candidate for the job. The categories they fit into are easy to get along with and competent. If you are a hiring manager, these are the 2 most valuable traits an employee can have. This is pretty straightforward. They're exceptional at their jobs and very likable. This is who we should all aspire to be in the workplace. If you aren't in this category, work on improving yourself to get there by improving and developing the traits you see here. If you're a hiring manager, you should always seek to employ people that are easy to get along with and competent. They bring immense value to the workplace. These are the MVPs of the workplace. They go places and take you with them. Bosses always want them around. They get promotions and wage rises. Everyone is happy to work with them or go to them for help. They want to learn from them and recognize their value to the organization. There are minimal downsides to hiring these people or being that person in the workplace. The least desirable employees are the people that are hard to get along with and incompetent. Avoid hiring them at all costs. Even if they're essential to fill a position, 2 negative traits are unworkable. They will only end up costing you money. On top of that, you'll probably end up losing good staff who don't want to deal with the annoying person, poisoning your workplace culture. The problem is their attitudes can be contagious. It spreads, affecting general morale because they thrive on office politics. If you feel like you hate your job, you complain all the time and don't want to do the work, there are only 2 good options for you. Change jobs or work on improving your personality traits. Look at the traits in the top line and learn how to embrace them. The other option is stay miserable and stay where you are. It doesn't benefit you or those around you. You'll probably be constantly overlooked when it comes to promotions, wage rises, and struggle to get a new job. The downsides to hiring this person are endless. If you take a piece of rotten fruit and place it beside perfectly good fruit, what happens? The mold from the rotten fruit eventually spreads over to the good fruit and both end up in a bad condition. You could end up losing clients and money because they don't give a damn about whom they affect with their actions or the quality of their work. What about the people who have cross traits? One good, one not so good. 2 groups fit this description. The first is the easy to get along with but incompetent. They are approachable but don't do or know their job very well. The second is the hard to get along with but competent. They can do their work well, but people don't want to work with them. These people are productivity losers when it comes to being part of a team. This is the simple way to look at it. People who are easy to get along with and incompetent are much more valuable to a company than someone that is hard to get along with and competent. The reason is people that are hard to get along with will be avoided by other people as much as they can help it. It outshines their other merits. Other employees will actively go out of their way to seek help from someone that is easy to get along with and incompetent, rather than talking to someone who is hard to get along with and competent, even if they're getting less than desirable results from this person. A hard to get along with and competent person is only sought out when completely necessary. This means they leave a gap in the workplace on a psychological basis without knowing it, causing other people to deliver less than desirable results for your organization because they would rather deal with the easy person than the hard person. Others shouldn't be blamed for avoiding these people. It's a natural human behavior to avoid hard situations. Who you are in the workplace and the type of people you hire have a larger impact than would typically advised compared to competencies based on study and experience. It is best to focus first and foremost on being or hiring someone who is easy to get along with. As long as you or your hire has a desire to learn in the role, then competency can be taught. Trying to teach people to change who they are at the core is an impossible task unless they seek it out for themselves. Bypass the trouble before it starts and steer clear of people who are hard to get along with. If you feel like you might be hard to get along with in the workplace, look at changing some of your behaviors, and you could see a dramatic improvement in the way others treat you and how quickly your career progresses. Now that you've joined the secret group of those in the know, use this as your superpower to accelerate your career, to get promotions, wage rises, and new jobs. This is your edge over the competition. If you get asked what sets you apart, surprise them by saying the most valuable skill you possess is being easy to get along with, allowing you to build good working relationships with people at all levels. You use empathy to effectively engage team members from diverse backgrounds and embrace value differences. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to see more content like this, where I help you navigate your way through life. I'm still Sean. Seek peace, my friends.